I don't have one of these on my tractor. From a local farm family, and I want to take just a little bit of time to talk to you about the current use of eminent domain and what it means to your property ownership rights. Odds are, and hopefully you'll never be affected by this law. But as a community, we need to be concerned about its misuse. Most people would agree for the need to acquire private property for public use, for public highways, for public utility systems, for desirable school sites, and so on. The law was written to provide government agencies and quasi-agencies the power to take private property for public use and provide the owners with reasonable compensation. A few years ago, my family had an experience with the City of Paso Robles and what really happens with the use of this law. It was an eye-opener. You find that you are a private individual that is trying to defend your property against government agencies that have ample tax monies available to hire the best legal teams. And even if you were fortunate enough to win, the law is set up so that you don't recover your legal costs. What has happened is that people who haven't had the sufficient funds have attempted to fight the system and lost badly in the court system. These bad decisions then become a legal precedence for future eminent domain cases. The effect of these bad decisions has been that the definitions of, quote, public interest has got to mean just about anything. The only public interest purpose that seems to get negative press or a negative public reaction is when a family's home is taken and the land given to a developer to put in a project that increases the property tax revenue to the city. The claim here is that the public interest is served by the city receiving additional tax revenue. Because of these rulings, in new court cases, almost always the court considers any reason acceptable as long as the government agency wants the property. That means that if the mosquito abatement district wants your barn, there are already court rulings that demonstrate that this can be done. In our case, the City of Paso Robles asked for additional land, or said they wanted additional land, to widen a bridge. When we saw the project plans, we decided that we would donate to the city the portion of our parcel that would be required for the bridge. What we found out is they didn't just want the portion that was needed to put in the bridge, they wanted the whole parcel. And eminent domain proceedings were started. hoped that there could be a reasonable settlement whereby we could keep our business on the remaining portion of the parcel. We decided to fight the proceedings. The city was able to hire a law firm from Sacramento that specialized in acquiring private property using eminent domain for the state highway system. They were able to cite cases where the government could seize or did seize entire parcels, even though they only needed a portion of the property. With the city not willing to accept any offer that would allow us to continue our business on the remaining portion of the property, the only thing left for us was to determine the value of the property being seized. Unfortunately, the legal proceedings, the attorney costs for the research and the extensive time in court with these proceedings eats up the value of the property. It has to be a fairly valuable piece of land or business in order to justify the legal cost of using the court system to determine the value of the property seized. The government agencies know this, and that's why normally they give a ridiculously lowball offer when they threaten you with eminent domain. As far as the rewrite of the definitions in the existing or original law that has happened over time through the court system, the damage has already been done. The government agencies, as was the case with the City of Paso Robles, enjoy the current rulings because it gives them a lot of flexibility, a lot of power to seize private property. I might take it a step further, it's almost steal private property. The only recourse that we have as a community is to get our legislatures to rewrite the laws to put in protections for private property rights. This would probably take a real public swell to get our government to agree to limit its own powers. And the problem seems to be that the main people that are motivated to carry on the fight are the people that are currently threatened with losing their property.